Welcome back here, everyone, into the Wave League. We are back here with the loser final, Eternal versus Petroleum. We do have the Artisan coming first. We, of course, do have the Nightlight onto playing the Artas. We do find asset really relatively quickly, and from the maps that we had in the whole Wave League Asia Edition, you might see a new map actually coming in. We do be playing on the Artsaurus resting place, and what a disgusting hit. Nightlight still getting stunned, stupid. And with that being said, of course, we will run towards the Shack, which is still against Artus dangerous, but a relatively safe space to run. Definitely getting some distance. As it's doing a great job, probably triggering balance, landing here onto the mountain on 7 nearby. Really well played. And to be honest, this is quite a long chase for the first. And we're just running again to the hill, and Acid is completely connecting that really well. And we do also have a jungle gym nearby. Nightlight thinking that this bird will actually hit Acid, but it is not. Really unfortunate at the end. The first gen popping as well, which is, I mean, this is going really fast. Nightlight still yet needs to get it down. We do see Light a little bit there stealthing, maybe for the pallet save, and I think Nightlight knows, so this will not end up in a pallet save. Unlucky Asset not really hitting the emote button, and with the perk Agitation, of course, Nightlight will be abusing the basement, especially against artists. Normally, if you enter the basement against a good artist, and Nightlight is a pretty damn good artist, you might not come out alive. So you really need a lot of teamwork, a lot of communication to figure that one out. And as we know, of course, for everyone who's not used to comp, the anti-camp mechanic is of course not allowed to be used, so which means Nightlight can camp as freely as he wants, and Asset is not allowed to Kobe from hook. Now we're just patrolling. We know that there's someone either 7 edge or 5 edge, and Nightlight actually, I mean, finds him eventually with some crows beautifully placed, and another snipe here coming through onto Beast Rex. And this is just your typical artist game. I think I've said that 1,000 times already, but you get in basement hook, you just chill there, you see, you try to annoy people on gens, try to hit the second stage, maybe even go for the death. And the survivors on the other hand, of course, are just trying to get all of the gens done in the meantime. I mean, one is already done, second one as well, and I think there's a third and fourth maybe coming in as well in just a short time. Standard place, just scouting for someone near edge map. Actually, Nightlight still thinking someone is nearby somewhere, which is relatively interesting. As we just see Light slowly coming in, the third gen popping, there it is. And they may actually leave him to die. But if I see correctly, this is a 4 gen on the bottom side, so this basement hook just got, I would say, 3 times stronger. And now they're actually trying to go for the save, which is quite a decision to make. We see 3 crows being used, and now we're just holding it. I mean, he got a whole setup over there, and this is not even a 1-for-1. Another one will be coming down, probably going for the save, but this get hit by crows. So with that being said, we are saying bye-bye to Acid. I mean, you had a good run, and that was your last run as well. Leaving that, and now there is also another one. Momo will also be in the basement. I mean, and with that we just see some value of Ink Egg, because normally, of course, Artist only has 3 crows, but with the 4th additional crow that Nightlight had, he was able to get the hit onto Momo. So beautiful add-on selection being used there. Actually, Wound being cleansed as well. Wound probably did quite much. Now question is, will we be seeing a save already incoming? It could be. We do see some scratch marks indeed, and the save probably coming through. A relatively early save for comp, but we have to know we need to do some unexpected things. Really, really important. Getting the M1, Momo still down there, just trying to please leave me alone. But of course, Nightlight won't be doing that. Now with the killer instinct, we know with Schlocker as well Momo is. Not getting anything, really, really unfortunate. With that, we'll be going down. And if I'm correct, there's also no DS, so this will be just another hook. And Nightlight actually deciding to not use basement to probably get some pain res value if there's a gen that has been progressed in the meantime. I mean, probably after this hook they can say bye-bye to the progress, as we just see the Scourged hook gen being on probably 5%. Really, really unfortunate. Just lowing around, trying to find the survivor that is probably stealthing for the save. Nightlight is actually aiming for a slingshot, which is quite interesting. And with that, I would assume that the save will be coming in later on. We do find the crow hit here onto light, but we will be getting wit before we can maybe get a hit out of it. We just see that Gen is not regressing anymore on 4 as well, which probably means that Beeswax is working on it. Normally Light has to save this due to Beeswax actually being injured and therefore not being able to save if Nightlight stays too close. Beeswax is of course pre-leaving this gen on 4, which was a really, really smart decision, and a hit coming through. Really, really unfortunately played here by Renato, by Light, and beautifully played by Nightlight, getting the slingshot hit. What a beautiful hit coming through. And of course the down coming through as well. And Nightlight just playing it safe. We could maybe slug, but Nightlight is not going to. Probably getting another Scourge hook. Definitely being used. And with that, the only thing is left is to find the Nancy. I mean, there are many things that she could do. She could be just staffing on the top side. She could be staffing for the safe. She could be on a gen as well. The question is just Nightlight has to find out and figure out what she's actually going to do. I mean, just a little tip. I mean, its name is Beeswax Twitch. Maybe go onto his Twitch account real quick. Try to see if you catch some info. Of course not. We do not condone stream sniping. Please don't do that. Of course, with a 10-minute delay, it's also really, really hard to do so. But now it's just patrolling again. That's all we do it, especially on that Rose Resting Place. It's really, really hard to play against an artist that is just sitting in her 4 to 3 gen and has a hook there as well. So normally you just... And how is this crow up there? We don't know, but it was really, really interesting. Normally you just try to chase in a location where there's no free gen or where we know where we can save. Just the best chase location. I don't know, we're doing some magic tricks now. Let me guess, they will be flying up. Yeah, one of them. And then just try to hold chase. Break all of the free gens on both sides. But sadly this was not able to happen. Do have a lot of crows. Nice. Now we're just guarding it for a bit. And I mean, of course, we have both exits on the bottom side. I think those are not really hard to hold. Yeah, definitely not. Probably can just stand on... Well... And I think that decides it already. Oh, yeah. And I mean, Beeswax just... Of course sees Nightlight just there, so with that we will be entering the last chase of the first round, the first set. And I mean, beautiful performance. We can just do a quick recap here. Beautiful first chase coming through from Acid, but unfortunately just into the Forge and playing into the cards of Nightlight, and therefore actually leading to a slow and suffocating death onto Acid on the first hook. Then just another down coming in with Momo was really unfortunate, probably not knowing about Ink Egg, which allows Nightlight to place 4 birds instead of 3. And then it just all fell apart like the Woman Empire. Nightlight just abusing every mistake Petroleum is doing, and with that securing the 4K2. Beautifully done. With that being said, we will be going into a short intermission to switch sides, and we will be back after just a short intermission, so everyone, please stay tuned. Welcome back everyone into the second trial of the first set. We do have Momo here on the killer side now, with a really interesting and hard win con actually, to be fair. It's 4K3 for a win, 4K2 for a tie, and 4K1 for the loss. And of course, we don't want to aim for any kind of loss in this tournament, especially not in the losers final, where it's about life and death to who will be advancing and who will be executed from the Wave League Asia edition. And now we will actually participate in a chase on the top side. No, I am mistaken. Of course, then we'll be just going into the corrupted side of the map. But we actually do find Saka nearby. This is of course a hit, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, we are dealing with cross ping. Momo actually an NA player, and all of the survivors from Eternal are EU. Of course, we do see attack coming through, but in exchange we get a reset done onto Dan, which is really nice to see. And I gotta be honest, we do see quite a lot of rotating and a down coming through as well. Probably Dan here for the pallet save for anyone. Or maybe just a time waste, and let's say a time waste would be perfect. We're probably thinking that someone will be on the gen, which is correct. Getting the first hook, and this is definitely earlier than what Nightlight had. Getting a perfect mid hook. Don't know if that's the best, because the problem normally is, I think also we have a 3-1-3 split, which means 3 gens on the bottom side, 3 gens on the top side, and 1 in the middle. So defending only one gen with that is kind of, I would rather say, disadvantaging yourself. It's kind of mid, it's more like top. So actually, if we get a hook onto the top side, this would be way better. Of playing off of the 4gen, of course. Oh, dodging the hit just by quite a bit. Really well done here by Zaka, but still a great crow coming through here from Momo. And now we are dodging that a little bit too much, and at the end actually still getting hit. Oh, and as well a down, and I can already see that this hit was quite disgusting. But Spitz will be going down, the first gen's popped as well. And with that being said, this is the second stage here. We on 4 gens remaining. Question, of course, is we only have a 4 gen on top, which means if Eternal pops all of the gens on the bot side, now actually they popped one on top already, which means if they pop all of them on the bottom side, this will be a win. And I think Momo did not think that. I mean, and of course we just see the same gameplay now from Nightlight, but the only difference is that Momo actually needs to be way more aggressive than Nightlight due to the pressure he has on himself, of course. The second gen popping as well. So it's slowly getting a little bit a little bit rough, I would say, because if we now commit to a chase on the top side, it still could be really, really rough, because there has to be only one survivor that is on the bottom side doing all of the gens, and it would be the first set win. And probably a trade coming through, or maybe a double save? Yeah, definitely a double save coming through here from Dan and Hardware. Beautifully done. Spits being saved, just giving Eternal way more time, and maybe even a better death location for Spitz, not Spitz, oh yes, Spitz's death hook. And I mean, we can already see it. Spitz is just running towards the bot map, trying to die there, getting the best possible spot. Just vaulting that probably, beautifully done. Now dying towards 7 maybe? No, actually running back into the middle. And at this point probably just trying to survive as long as possible. Beautiful pathing here. Coming through, and this could be the down, yes, but maybe a pallet save. Nah, just a fake. Just a fake happening. Agitation now. Painless has already been used, so this is not an option. And it now just depends on the gem progress that we have here on the top side. I mean, we do see the 2-2 split coming through from Eternal now, which now means Momo needs to commit for one side, maybe needs to get a relatively quick chase. Get a Painless, trying to hold something, but not one more gen is allowed to be popped. This is really the first segment for Eternal. I mean, just a rough game that we had. Oh, we do win that, but it's live though, unfortunately. Just trying to get the tag, beautifully done. Zaka not being able to dodge that, and with that being said, getting injured, and I think Momo lost Zaka, which is quite unfortunate. Which means that we have no survivor in chase right now. Getting a crow hit onto Dan. Dan, who has been on 8. Another crow hit coming through. Faking the kick. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful hit, Momo. Beautiful hit coming through onto Dan. I know this is unfortunately though not a crow hit. Now Dan probably vaulting that window as well. Quick and quiet, so we probably know that it... Oh, Dan could get dangerous there if we vaulted into that. Of course, not getting it down there still. It's cross ping. Probably not getting that. And we know that this hook definitely is not a scourge hook in the middle. And we actually do miss a skill check, which is unfortunate as well. The casual Eternal let go skill check happening to Eternal. Another scourge hook being used as well, and now Zaka will be in quite of like a deadlock. Oh no, actually just leaving towards 5. Maybe BL being used. Oh yeah, most definitely. Okay, no, actually not. Just running the filler. And with that we also have the 4th gen popping as well, which means first set will be going towards Eternal. Still, I mean, Momo is putting up a really, really great fight. Probably is about to 4K won this match, which would be really, really great, especially for the mental of the team. And to be fair, Hardware would need to do a lot now to change the situation around. There's a pallet, maybe we just swing for it, and we get the hit through the pallet. Still getting stunned, stupid. But all in all, a beautiful match here being done by both teams. Eternal playing really, really efficient, just breaking all of the free gens that are available, but Momo not giving up, therefore getting a really, really great down. Just beautifully done at the end. Momo will be 4K winning this. And of course the win con changed a little bit due to a -2 happening to Petroleum. but roughly around that. Still a win for Eternal, of course, but beautifully done by both teams. And now we just wait for Hardwell and Zaka to actually be sacrificed and sent back to the lobby. But all in all, great match from both teams. And in the meantime, can maybe just talk about, if I'm correct, the second set. And the second set, of course, will be the Dark Lord. If I'm correct, no, I am not. But it will be Spirits, and this is interesting because we will see Zaka Spirit and Momo Spirit. We know both of them are great Spirit players. So seeing a clash of that is actually quite interesting. And after that, if we go into tiebreaker, of course, we will have a Dredge set, which is lovely to cast and lovely to watch as well. Momo just standing there, of course. Zaka will be hitting second in a second, and with that, both of them will be sacrificed. Spirit also not on your usual map, if you think about it. Actually, it will be on Dead Dog Saloon. A little bit played in the Wave League Asia edition, but many Spirit players don't like it due to all of the sounds being made on the map. But with that being said, we will be back onto the Dead Dog Saloon and just after a short intermission, so please everyone stay tuned. We will be back soon. Welcome back, and we are already into a lot of action. We will see Momo now on the Spirit, and as I said before, we will be on the Dead Dog Saloon. And the most annoying part about the Dead Dog Saloon is obviously the main building. Really strong against legit every killer that is being played on that map. Probably balanced landing also being used. And we actually see Nightlight now on the chase. And of course you guys don't know that, but we do have quite the banter in in-game chat. And now Momo was just waiting for Nightlight on top mid to be chased. So Nightlight will have to do a great chase now. Do have this window actually running on the back side. It's not quite able to reach a lot because there's also just nothing at this point. Will be going down. Oh, and will be put up onto a way better hook than though probably. Into 4 on the sweet first shot popping. This is definitely doubled. Now we just need to check. 12 is being pressured, probably Hangman as well. I couldn't see it. Just a glimpse of my eye. It is not actually. So now we will be going for the chase. What a beautiful prediction here coming through from Momo onto Dan. Seeing him just being really slow a few seconds before running onto the pattern and therefore knowing what he wants to do. Just swings in. And again, it's crossbring, of course. And I think Dan is actually down. Most definitely, yes. And this is the second hook already. And it will be a basement hook as well, so Eternal would need to get a little bit more gen pressure or a little bit more gens that will be popping in the meantime. When we're just going up, trying to see what gens are being pressured, trying to kick something after eruption cooldown is over as well. Just checking on everything. Water tower probably being worked. I didn't see anything, although. Trying to check 12 is 0. So Momo probably quite confused. What are the gens that are being progressed? Momo just going into main. Getting the eruption, the save coming through. Beautiful timing as well as for the people. And now Spitz could be chased and hooked, definitely. But we're actually going back due to the perk Dragon Script. Just wanting the survivor to actually touch it and then going back. Now we just have to find her. And if I'm correct, it was a Torricane. So now that you better be hiding somewhere. And it seems like Momo actually can't find her, which would be really, really bad. We do find Hardwell though. But Hardwell, of course, is also not exposed, no nothing. It's only Nightlight. Spitz's broken status effect is over. A beautiful facing onto Hardwell. Hardwell also getting a tag. And if I'm correct, that was just overcome, making him reach the backside pallet of main. Needs to play it really, really slow, trying to go for a pallet save. Eruption being procced as well. Actually finding the savior. Well done. Maybe a CJ tag here coming through. No. Of course not. But, you know, I have hopes. And with that, Hardware will be going on to Gazelle. This is the third fresh, if I'm correct. Most definitely. So the only fresh that will be missing is Spitz. And Spitz is yet still injured. And Nightlight here coming on for the save. And now we will have Hardware taking a hit for Nightlight. But he can't take it for too long. Most definitely Nightlight getting attack. And if Nightlight has no exhaustion that is ready to be used now, this could be another down. And Nightlight did actually not run that were scratch marks from a different survivor. And I think Momo's quite confused on who to go for. He just saw Hardware, wanted to go to Hardware, but then he heard something in main, went main. Is really, really confused on just who to choose. But at the end is actually choosing Nightlight, I think, who is on the main building, just completely abusing it. Phase now available. Not swinging. Unlucky, not quite able to play here by Nightlight. A really, really unsafe pallet, which is greeted normally. Third jump popping as well though. I mean, this is looking relatively even. We do hit the second stage onto Nightlight with 2 gens remaining. We don't know the complete progress on all of the generators. Might make it just a little bit unsafe, but we do kick the bottom breakable wall. And I mean, with that just actually camping this. Okay, we are hitting Nightlight on hook. At Hardwell is just... How? How was that not a hit? That was normally a free hit onto Hardwell, but actually Momo did miss that. I didn't really see what could have led to that, but it's unfortunate. Now we are on the pallet, on the gallows pad. We're getting stunned. Stupid Momo. And this could be a pallet play coming through as well. Probably vaulting upstairs, going down. And I mean, he will not make it, but he's in the open, so Dan will definitely be there. He will not be picking, of course. Are we actually taking it down for Nightlight? Not yet, the 4th gen popping. And we are not quite able to hit Dan, but we do hit the pallet. Unbreakable being used as well. What is happening? But Dan won't quite make that, which is really, really unfortunate. But wasting a lot of time, allowing Nightlight to actually use Unbreakable. Really, really well done by Dan. Just like making Momo miss 2 times. And with that, main will be popping as well. A huge play coming through from Dan against Momo. And with that, the 5th gen will be popping. And all the exit gates are empowered to be opened. Spitz is just pointing. Is in safety, knows Momo cannot do anything against him. Hardware probably on that exit gate, most definitely. Now this will probably be the first hit coming through. We do have face ready, which is not what we want. And now there needs to be a possible pallet save. But we do hit that. And if we get the pickup, this will be a hook in the basement. Now just forcing both people out, and they're actually just taking this. Of course we will see a video from Mori as well. And this was a great game, and I said it before, the game seemed even, and we're getting a really decent result as well. If I'm correct, it was not a fresh, so it should be 6 stages, 7 stages, something like that, with 3 fresh. Beautifully done by both teams, played it really well, and we will be back in just after a short intermission. Welcome back everyone in here onto the potential last trial that we will see in Petroleum versus Eternal. And of course, as your favor, I actually lowered myself just a little bit. Hopefully I'm not that quiet now and you actually hear me properly. Just please of course say it in chat again and I will try to fix stuff. We actually see Zaka also opening up this wall, which is, I would say, quite interesting because usually we do not really open that. Oh, we drop down, balance landing being used as well. And with that being said, we will be just leaving this chase. I mean, balance landing, especially on the main building, is not what you want to chase, I would assume. And therefore we will be going towards 9. We do see the bushes moving, which then mostly means that the survivor is actually W keying. A pre-drop coming through as well from Momo. Another vault as well. And we do have the 9 filler to be played, but we're actually just running past it, maybe to the other one. No, we're going for a double bag, but Zaka is actually aware of that. And with that, we'll be taking the hit onto Momo. Beautifully done. Oh, this was a really dangerous drop. Zaka actually did not went out of phase before Momo dropped it. Therefore, Zaka does have time to later on go out of power and get the beautiful M1 hit onto Momo. With that, we will be having the first hook of this game. As for the perk, but of course, 2 interesting perks, I would say. Devour Hope first. And then we have Mindbreaker. What a beautiful mind game onto the water tower. Like, not prepared for that. And now, of course, we will just be playing this again as always. Going for the vault. Yes, we'll be going for the vault. And with that, we'll also be going down. I mean, first stack of Devour Hope as well. We will be taking a hook probably on 9. I was a little bit scared of what Zaka is doing. I thought he would maybe go to basement and I'm saying a wrong call, but no, he is actually hooking onto 9. No reset coming through on Momo yet, but will probably be done. Maybe at the main building, maybe somewhere else. Zaka actually trying to find someone on the edge map of 10, 11, going up towards 12. Is actually not even kicking. She's going towards main. Actually, I mean, spotting the reset with that as well. As I said as well, that it will be probably... Oh, what a disgusting hit. Beautiful hit coming through from Zaka. Over. Over the window. Momo probably did not expect that to hit. Definitely not. Getting the other hook. Now just kicking and now just playing it slow again. Zaka is actually going towards 6, and with that we have Acid taking the hit. And this could actually be a quick down as well. Oh, but we do see the vault from Acid coming through. And we do play this filler pallet running just into another filler pallet on 6 as well. And is leaving it as well. Beeswax? I'm a little bit confused on what happened, but Momo is in chase as well. Beeswax got down. They probably went for a reset, I would assume. Beautiful Dead Hut. Being used by Momo, getting some distance towards the water tower as well. But Zaka does have power ready. And is getting down. Really, really hard to play, especially against the spirit that is in power. We'll be taking the pick as well. Just taking the hook. 3 gens are still remaining. A little bit quiet right now. Not really much happening. Probably Acid and Beeswax just going for the reset now as we are entering into the 3v1, which is a really, really rough situation, especially against an S tier killer. But we're actually not going for a reset. Acid was just working on the main building. Of course, Acid is actually allowed to do that due to his exhaustion perk, which is of course balanced landing. He will be making it out of the situation probably alive and safe. Most definitely just going for the vault until 5. And now we just saw Light trying to sneak in for the gen on Hangman, not quite able to do so. Still has the Gallows pallet to work with. Zaka quite confused on where he went, and me as well at this point. So we do see a stealth attempt coming through from Light, but is actually getting spotted due to the, I would say, really, really bright white t-shirt that he's using. And now, of course, another perk will be revealed to the survivors, which is, of course, also the last one that the survivors can count now, which is the Devour Hope. And it's beautiful. We find the healthy survivor and get the value on it. And with that, we have Beeswax in chase as well. Probably just going for the swing. Yes, will be not getting the stun. And with that going down and Acid popping, I would say the last gen of honor on main. Beautifully done. And if we find Acid now before he unhooks someone, this will be ending in the 4k2. Not gonna break it. The vault coming through. And I think this is a hit. It definitely is over the pallet. And with that, if we find Acid later on and pick up, if we find Beeswax later on and now pick up Acid, this will be the 4k2. And again, it was really, really well played by both teams. The first chase was really, really good, just abusing balanced landing, especially on the main building. But then Zaka just breaking both of the breakable walls and therefore actually able to outplay it just a little bit with power. It was just a beautiful play here coming through from Zaka. Everyone on the hook, and now we're just waiting for them to be sacrificed again and back into the campfire. With that being said, of course, Eternal will be winning 2-0. And with that being said, of course, we do see some phases here coming through from Zaka a little bit. Eternal will be advancing into the second winner bracket final, and Petroleum sadly will be eliminated is dropping out of the Wave League edition, Asia edition, but they did really well in this whole tournament. They had some rough spots, but they always came back stronger, and at the end losing to Eternal is, I would say, an honorable ending. Of course, Eternal also played really well in both of the sets. They were really dominant, tried their best, and at the end got the win with that. And if I'm correct, they will be facing Tremor in the next game, which will also then be the last game of the Wave League Asia edition. I know, really interesting. But if I'm thinking, there will also be a bronze match, so just keep an eye out for that. If not, then no. But with that being said, we have our finalists, Eternal and Tremor. And to close it off, I mean, we yapped enough today. Thanks to everyone who has been watching the stream today. And thanks for the ref doing the work in the background. And with that being said, we will be back with the next game, which will be the final of the Wave League Asia edition. And till then, we will be back just after a longer break. Bye guys, stay tuned and take care.